That was the most patriotic sneeze in all of America. USA. USA. A lot of people like to say that America doesn't have its own culture. I disagree. I really do. Have you been to a Golden Corral? Have you seen the mile-long lineup of glistening grease? That's us. That's who we are. I mean, I think. Did Americans invent buffets? Which country invented the buffet? Wait, Sweden did. It wasn't even us. They were probably like, Schlugendorf, all you can eat Lincolnberry. Well, guess what? We got trucks. We got dirt. We got hot dogs. That's all we need. Today I am going to an all-you-can-eat country buffet in a barn. I'm just kidding, it's not in a barn, it's in a manger. I'm just kidding, it's not even Christmas time. It's in a restaurant. I'm gonna taste test all the food I possibly can, from the fried chicken to the grits, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on every single thing. Why? Because that's my opinion! It is, it's my opinion. This place is called Fred's Market. It's owned by a guy named Fred. I've heard he's kind of grumpy, but his wife Ethel is wonderful. She's so sweet, and she's best friends with her neighbor Lucy, who's so crazy. She's always getting into shenanigans. You can't take her anywhere, but everyone loves her. Everyone loves her. In fact, I love Lucy. Let's talk about the price. So the buffet is at its lowest $15 if you go around once. But if you pay $2 extra, you can get as much food as your heart desires, sweet pea. So it's like Universal's Unlimited Express Pass for your stomach. Sounds good to me. Anyways, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It's the easiest way to support little old me and my whole farm. Also subscribe, I make food content. Buffet food, restaurant food, cruise food, it's a great time. Okay girlies, we are about to go to Lakeland, Florida, which is an hour away, and I'm gonna have to swim across a bunch of lakes just to get there. So let's just go, come on. I arrived to Fred's Market soaking wet and covered in moss thanks to all the lakes, but I don't think they have a dress code, so moss is accepted. This is what the sign looks like. It has a big chicken on it. I almost said the other word for chicken, but I did not because I'm a classy broad. They have some rocking chairs that they probably bought at Cracker Barrel. So let's go in. They have a spinning sign. It's fully robotic. I open the door and girlies, this is the lobby. What do we think? I think it's so cute, so rustic. I love Fred's big name. And they have this piece of furniture that looks like it was owned by Beth from Little Women. So the hostess brought me to my table. She was so nice. And this is what the eating area looks like. It looks like any old typical casual restaurant. I love it, with a lot of chickens around just staring at me. This is the menu. You can pause if you'd like. I got the full market table because that's the all-you-can-eat type of option. And this is the buffet area. So the salad bar had tons of like pasta salads, potato salads, all the different blends, you know, and they also had all the salad toppings and lettuce itself. And lettuce itself, what? Now here's the hot food. They had some sauces, some rolls, some fish, chicken, corn casserole, cornbread. There's so much. Pause if you want to see every detail, but I was very impressed by the array of options throughout the spread, you know? They also had some like beans and cabbage and sweet potato souffle. Here's the desserts, and for a buffet, these are big dessert portions, I gotta say. So I started my meal with a palate cleanser, a salad from the salad bar made by me.
Okay, so the vibe in here is really nice. It's very homey. I feel at home, to be honest. The hostess, a sweetheart. The waitress, wonderful. I think it's that Southern hospitality, you know? Now, I gotta be honest, I did wear a disguise because I am... and it's a country buffet, so I just never know, like, the vibe that I'm walking into. So it's just in case. I feel like I blend in, right?
Hey, little mama, would you like to dance?
See, like, it works. I know it's kind of dramatic, but you never know if you're gonna get attacked. I know that sounds really hyperbolic, but things like that do happen. Luckily, I do know how to take care of myself. I have a pink belt in pinching, scratching, and pulling hair. So I'm good to go. I just don't want any problems, right? Anyways, everyone's been super nice so far, so I am a judgmental monster. I got a little salad to start, just something dainty, something light, so the fried chicken will get canceled out later in my stomach. I got lettuce, eggs, bacon, cheese, chickpeas, croutons, and pickles. If you've never had a pickle on a ranch salad, you're missing out.
Oh my God.
Listen up here. I know I look animalistic eating this, but that drive was long and it made me ravenous. Slap my cow and call me utter. That is incredible. That is one of the best salad bar salads I've ever had in my life. The ranch is insane. It is not only wickedly talented, it's wickedly ranchy. It's so creamy, it's so fresh. It tastes saltier and more flavorful than like your typical sit-down restaurant ranch. It's just tangier and has more of a poop out. Oh, you know? You know why they're good at making ranch? Because they live on the ranch. It makes sense. It's their specialty. All the toppings taste super fresh. The pickles are very sour. I'm gonna give my salad bar salad a 10 out of 10. What a great start.
For my appetizer plate, I got some broccoli salad, potato salad, a cheddar biscuit, cornbread, and a fried green tomato.
Girly, so I just talked to the waitress and she was like, I saw you having a very fun conversation over here. And I was like, did she think I was talking to myself? So I was like, yeah, it was a camera. And I was so awkward and I almost stuttered while I was talking. Anyways, I got the I got the appetizer-y type of things. Timmy, can you not speak? You already have a stutter. Now you can't enunciate. Let's try this out. I'm pretty sure it's cornbread. Mmm. Mmm. That tastes incredible. It tastes like it was made from corn that has never been touched by aliens, never been turned into a crop circle. It tastes totally fresh. It has the sweetness of classic cornbread, that strong corn flavor. It's a little bit salty, very moist on the inside, a little crunchy on the edges, but there's a je ne sais quoi, a certain je m'appelle flavor that just really truly makes it taste like it was made in someone's kitchen and not in a factory. You know what I mean? So 10 out of 10 cornbread. It's perfect. Now let's try this fried green tomato. I've never had a fried green tomato, but I've always wanted to try one because of that movie called Fried Green Tomatoes. Remember that? I mean, I never saw it, but the title always sounded delicious to me. So let me know if it's a good movie. Here we go. It does look extremely greasy, but it's fine with me. It has that good old American glisten. That's interesting. Oh my gosh, why did I just sound demonic?
That's interesting.
I meant to say, that's interesting. I expected it to taste like a fried tomato, right? But it tastes like much more than that. It's very tart, probably because the tomato is green, unripe, you know? But there's also this really sharp, like marinara flavor. It tastes like marinara sauce without the Italian seasoning, if that makes any sense to you. And it's very soft, almost mushy. Oh, it's all great so far. Oh no, you can go anywhere. I'm part of the family. Wow. I actually feel so welcomed here. But being part of the family, gotta be honest with my loved ones. When you love someone, you tell them the truth, right? And this fried green tomato is extremely greasy. I'm talking unnecessarily greasy, like a lot greasier than your typical fried piece of food. And it has soaked all the way through the breading. Actually, it's soaked through the tomato. We have a grease-flavored tomato here. That's something I never wanted to try, but I am, because life isn't perfect. And then also, it has this weird, like, singed tomato skin that has a very leathery texture. So I do like the tartness and the marinara vibes, but I don't like it overall. I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Next up, potato salad. I love potato salad. This is a safe bet, you know? That's pretty darn good. I gotta say, it does taste like any old potato salad, like store-bought potato salad. So it's basic, but it's doing basic well, right? The potatoes are cooked through, as they typically are. I don't think I've ever bit into a fully raw, crunchy potato. Sounds kind of refreshing, to be honest. It has the classic mayonnaise mustard relish combo flavor, and there's not much more to say. Does a dog bark? Exactly. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have broccoli salad. It has broccoli and cheese, aka the recipe for a
Massive fart.
Let's try it. Mmm. Oh, I gotta turn my hat around so I can focus. The broccoli is raw, and I just realized that raw broccoli tastes completely different than cooked broccoli. It has a very salad-y flavor. It's a bit more fibrous and fresh tasting, and the sauce on it tastes sort of like a coleslaw mixture. Now, I'm not the biggest coleslaw fan. A lot of times it's too sweet or the cabbage is too wilted and just too pathetic to eat, you know? But the coleslaw flavor with broccoli really works for me. That sweetness, that vinegary vibe gives the broccoli even more life. I love it. I love being a horse. Last but not least, we have what looks like a cheddar biscuit. Oh. Oh my goodness, you might... Oh my goodness. You might be thinking, Timmy, that probably tastes like a Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuit. You're wrong. That felt good saying that. I love correcting people. It tastes like a Cheez-It. It tastes like a Cheez-It inflated into bread. So a Cheez-It with extra yeast. It has such a sharp cooked cheese flavor. It's perfectly salty. Now it is a tiny bit dry, which is to be expected. It's a Cheez-It. Have you ever had a moist Cheez-It? If you like cheese, or if you're from Wisconsin, you'll love it. I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. Guys, the appetizer round was pretty strong besides that greasy heirloom.
For the first half of my entree, I got some corn casserole, some mac and cheese, some chicken pot pie, northern beans from up north, fried chicken, and some mashed potatoes and brown gravy.
This plate looks amazing. I ate with my selection. I'm super good at picking food. Girlies, I actually felt very insecure when I put this shirt on today. You might be thinking,
I understand, Timmy. You haven't worked out in a year and the little bit of muscles that you had are now gone.
no, that's not why.
Oh, it's because your arms are so pale you're the same shade as Duke's mayonnaise?
No, that's not why either. Why would you say that? It is actually because I have this dry patch of skin here. I think it's eczema, and I don't think it's that visible on the camera, but it was very visible in my mind. I was like, they're gonna think I'm a dried up prune. And the truth is I have one at the top of my butt crack too. Was that TMI? Oh well, we all have cracks. Yours is quite deep dish, by the way. Is it from Chicago? Oh, sorry, that was rough. That was mean. Anyways, let's try the mashed potatoes and brown gravy. Okay, yes, the potatoes themselves taste, once again, super homemade. I do feel like they need some either garlic or sour cream, because right now they're kind of giving butter, milk, salt, and pepper. And in my personal opinion, mashed potatoes need a little more help than that, right? But they're not bad at all. And this brown gravy is actually delicious. Some brown gravies taste like mushrooms, and I steer clear from it. You guys know, me and the fungi do not mix. I'm actually watching Last of Us Season 2 right now, and that's giving me all the mushrooms I can take. They're like sprouting out of these zombies' heads. At some point, someone's gonna try to make cream of mushroom zombie soup. It's not going to be me. It has more of a poultry kind of Thanksgiving stuffing flavor, which goes very nice with the potatoes. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. Now, the mac and cheese. It looks cute. Yeah. You know, it looks like butter noodles with a layer of cheese on top. But you guys know I'm in my era of not judging a book by its cover. I'm also not judging a noodle by its giz. So, it tastes how it looks. Hey, sometimes the book really does match the cover. It tastes like noodles with a very light cream sauce and a simple layer of cheddar cheese on top. There's nothing more to say, but gosh darn it, I'm disappointed. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Next up, we have northern beans. So these are from Canada. They must be extra pricey now. How bougie. Oh. The flavor is giving not only flatulence, but also a nice smoky ham flavor. They definitely picked one of the pigs from the farm and said, it's your turn to go to Fred's, girl. Yeah, but you're not gonna be a rib. You're gonna be in beans. You're gonna be farted out. It's also salty, and even though there's no dairy aspect to this, the beans do have a slightly creaminess to them, but it's like beany creaminess. So I think they made their own cream. That's innovation. Those are the kind of beans that are gonna lead us into the future. You know, I'm gonna give those a nice strong 8 out of 10. Now let's try the fried chicken. I got the shivers. I am very upset about that. I thought fried chicken was like one of their main things. I mean, this is a country buffet. If the fried chicken isn't good, why are you here, Fred? It's very greasy, not crunchy at all, and the chicken inside is barely juicy, and this is a chicken leg, but this is dried up like a prune, and it really has no flavor. Like, it tastes like just flour and oil. It doesn't taste like there's any seasonings in there. I just know Colonel Sanders is somewhere out there saying, oh, good, I'm still at the top. Colonel, you've never been at the top. Popeyes, Bojangles, they're at the top. You'll never be good enough. It's just
Not good. It's not good. I'm really shocked.
I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 10. Some of the worst fried chicken I've had, but mostly everything else has been either decent or good, so I'm keeping the faith, and I am ready to be slayed again. This is not the end of the road. Let's try the chicken pot pie. Okay. Oh God, Fred. You know what that tastes like? That tastes like a Bisquick chicken pot pie. It's called Bisquick for a reason. It's quick to make, but it's not called Bisgood because it's not good. It has that weird kind of processed sweetness to it that Bisquick has, and it's also more stale than it is crunchy on top. And then underneath, to be honest, the veggies taste canned, especially the green beans, and I hate a canned green bean. To me, it's not even the same type of vegetable as like a frozen green bean. They have a whole different flavor profile. They don't even taste related, yet they have the same father, the green giant, right? Also, the sauce within is more of a translucent, light chicken broth gravy than it is like a nice, rich, creamy chicken pot pie sauce. I'm not impressed with that either. I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Ooh, that squeal, I think just gave me away. Oh God, okay, wait, let me overcompensate. Bruh. Oh, give me some meat. There's nothing like being a man that likes his meat. Am I right, fellas? So this corn casserole has bacon in it. I've never had a corn casserole that has bacon in it. What's going on? I got the shivers again, girlies. I got them again. They're on my Achilles tendon. When did this meal take a turn? This corn casserole is the worst corn casserole I've ever had. The corn also tastes canned. Now, just like green beans, it has a specific canned flavor that is unmistakably, is that the word? Unmistakably? Okay, I'm not just having a brain fart, I'm having a brain Rhea attack. Unmistakably, I was right the first time. Okay, I have to learn to trust my brain more, because she knows. I mean, she's a brain, she's always thinking. But it's not just that. The sauce that it's in doesn't have that creamy corn casserole texture. It's much more sort of curdled and chunky. And that might be because there's cheese in there, possibly, and it might be separating the different elements with its oil. And yes, it is very oily. You might as well give it to the Tin Man. It might help loosen him up. He'll be like, hey, in the club, like. Okay, no one saw that. Also, the bacon's flavor and texture do not match the corn's flavor and texture. It's very chewy, so it just kind of ruins that corn crunch, and that smoky, fatty flavor just makes it taste overall more greasy. I'm gonna have to give that a 2 out of 10. I love this all so much so far. Next round. For the second half of my entree, I got some fish in a sauce. I got some sweet potato souffle, some beef tips on rice, some black-eyed peas on rice, some collard greens, grits, and a pork rib with some barbecue sauce. This final plate is kind of giving like the Outcasts, right? Like it's all the items I didn't want before, but now I have to try them because there's nothing else to try. Anyways, let's try the grits. They look very gelatinous. I don't know if I've ever met a grit that I actually liked. Hi, my name's Timmy. You're so unlikable. It does taste buttery, but it just reminds me of, what was that cereal called from back in the day? It was like a hot cereal, and like you would heat it up. It wasn't like porridge. This isn't 1802. I'm not Beth from Little Women. She eats porridge. I don't. It was like cream of wheat. Cream of wheat. This tastes like cream of wheat without the sugar and without the cream. So it's just like the wheat. It isn't bad. It's just so plain. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Now let's try the beef tips with rice. So what is this the tip of? What could it be? It could be the tip of the toe, the tip of the snout, the tip of the cow's ear, or the tip of the schlong. Let's hope it's not that. We got some flavor. Fred is about to make his comeback. This is his Miley Cyrus Flowers era. That beef is so tender. And the gravy that it's in kind of tastes like a packet of Anjou mixed with beef gravy and just a really strong beef broth. So it's just overall very beefy. If a cow said, this is my signature dish, I would believe them because it's everything they are, everything they aspire to be. And the rice is perfectly steamed. Love it. I'm gonna give that a very strong 8 out of 10. Yes, now the black-eyed peas with rice. Oh wait, guys, they're singing. They're singing the national anthem in the style of Fergie. My eardrum popped. Oh. Those are very nice. They're simple, but you know what's interesting? They have a nutty flavor. There's an earthiness there that isn't a grass flavor. A lot of times when things taste earthy, it's because they taste like grass, right? But not this. This is more like, natural. They're very tender. They have like a chicken broth flavor to them and they're just salty enough. Simple, but great. I'm gonna give them a 7 out of 10. Now, sweet potato souffle. I thought souffles were supposed to have air in them, right? I thought I was supposed to be able to go and pop them. But this is more of like a sweet potato casserole looking thing, which is fine. But I don't know why you would call it souffle when I can't breathe through it. But let's try it. Oh my God. Give me that beef tip. Ethel, tell Fred he's doing a good job again. He's back. I'm so happy for you both. Such a nice couple. I'm not a big sweet potato person. I oftentimes find them too sweet. I know that's shocking. But this tastes much more like a pumpkin pie. It has so much cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. A lot of sugar. It's very sweet. It's basically like a dessert. You know what it's giving? It's giving more of a sweet potato streusel. And that makes a lot of sense because the Swedish people made the buffets and now they have IKEA and it would just, it makes sense. That crumble on top is very buttery and crispy and rich. It's just a fantastic dessert. I loved it. I'm giving that 10 out of 10. Next up, we have these collard greens. I gotta be honest, as the uncultured swine I am, I don't think I've ever had authentic collard greens. So let's try it. Oh. So it started out very nice. I was pleasantly surprised. To me, it tasted like a more tart spinach with like a hint of lemon. And I thought that the texture would be much more fibrous, sort of like a Jamie Lee Curtis Activia commercial. I feel so bad for her toilet. It's cracked at this point. There's been so many fibrous thunders in there. So it had a great flavor, great texture. And then all of a sudden, 2 seconds into chewing, I got hit by a burst of bitterness. Like if the flavor bitter held on to bitterness and became more bitter and more angry, that's what that would taste like. So I don't know if greens are supposed to taste bitter like that, but it was so bitter. It was so bitter. So I'm gonna have to give the collard greens a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry. Next up, we have this fish. I didn't see the label, but it has scales. So I'm assuming it's from under the sea. It's in some sort of a sauce too. You guys know I'm new to eating aquatic entities. So let's see. It tastes great. Okay. Yes. I'm not sure. It is fishy. It is. I mean, that's to be expected, right? The texture is very tender. It just kind of flaked away into my mouth like a sunburn. And the sauce is fantastic. The sauce is like a lemony, almost, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like Parmesan crusted chicken from Longhorn Steakhouse. And that's a huge compliment. It's salty, it's sharp, it's bright, and it really brought the fish to life. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Put it into the water. Put it into the water. So I don't love the fishiness of it, but I love the flavor. And because of that, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I'm feeling extra generous today. Call me Timmy DeGeneres. Actually don't, because she's canceled, but I kind of miss her. I do. I'm gonna be honest. Last but not least, we have a rib with barbecue sauce that I poured on top of it. Okay. Yeah, listen. I can tell that's a smoked rib. And typically, I'm not a big fan of smoked ribs because I like to look after my lungs, first of all, but also they tend to be chewier, pinker, in the shade of piglet. Who wants to eat a rib that looks like piglet? He's tiny. He probably has barely any meat on him. But this rib has the smokiness, yet it's very tender. It falls off the bone. It has that kind of classic burnt oak flavor. It tastes like a fireplace. And this barbecue sauce is so vinegary. It's like one of the most vinegary barbecue sauces I've had. I love that. It's so tangy. So I'm gonna give it a very strong 7 out of 10. Yes, it is time for dessert.
For my dessert, I chose some banana pudding with a vanilla cookie right on top, strawberry shortcake, and a slice of Grandma's classic apple pie. It wasn't even called that, but I just felt like it added some more personality to the pie.
Each of these look incredible. Typically, I feel like desserts are an afterthought at buffets, I mean, because you literally eat them after, but also, I just feel like no one tries anymore. They'll just give you just like a little brownie or like a little cookie. These look pristine. They look like sit-down restaurant desserts. So I am ready to party. Let's first try this banana pudding. Oh, wow, that's a big chunk of banana. That's like a half a banana. Oh. Oh my goodness, I'm getting covered in whipped cream. What's happening? Is this a contest? That is incredible. The pudding itself has such a strong, like, kind of processed fake banana flavor to it, but that's what makes a good banana pudding. It kind of tastes so banana-y that it's giving Laffy Taffy. You know, like the banana flavor? Is that a Willy Wonka candy? I think it is. I think he makes all candy in his factory. He's such an entrepreneur, guys. It's super creamy. The bananas taste super fresh. Vanilla wafers. Oh, it's all great so far. Yes. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Vanilla wafers are perfect. They're perfectly soggy, and there's just enough of them in here to balance out the creaminess. 10 out of 10. Okay, now it's time for the strawberry shortcake, guys. These strawberries look super fresh. I think they were plucked from the farm this morning, honestly. Oh, yeah. The strawberries are incredible. Just as I suspected, they taste real fresh, and I know these things because I have a farm. Now, the cake itself is okay. It tastes more like a really plain sort of angel food cake. I prefer my strawberry shortcake to have more of a biscuity kind of texture and not so much of a cakey texture, but it's still pretty good. I'm gonna give it a nice 6 out of 10. Yes. Last but not least, we have apple pie. Ooh, has a little spice to it. Is this the one that Gal Gadot poisoned? Let's see. Oh my God, yes. I got chills again. I keep getting chills in good ways and bad ways. This is top tier apple pie, I have to say. The filling tastes like typical, classic, slightly crunchy apples, a lot of spices. Perfectly sweet, but the crust is the star here. It has such a flaky, kind of fresh dough texture and flavor to it that is just ridiculous. Tammy, I'm sorry, but yours is not as good. Do better. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. So we ended on a very high note. Listen, Fred's Market is pretty good, I gotta say. Just like all buffets, there's some hits and there's some misses. Now, I am disappointed that the fried chicken, one of the main things, was such a miss for me, but I tried a lot of delicious things, you know, and some terrifying ones that scarred me, but it was a great experience overall. If you watched this whole thing, you're that girl. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, ride a horse, ride a cowboy? Was that it? I don't know. I'm just gonna make my own. Ride a horse, eat a cow, debone a fish, pluck the feathers out of a chicken. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next video. Bye, girlies. Mwah.